definitely not feeling her the same way that I have felt my previous pregnancies, and it's been giving me a lot of anxiety. Good morning. I'm just out here having a bit of a rest, a little pick-me-up. I have been awake since 4 in the morning when I woke up to being ravenously hungry, and I was eating since 4:45 in the morning up until about 9 a.m. and I just could not sate my appetite with anything. I think we're definitely entering that stage of pregnancy where my appetite is just insane, and you can definitely tell the baby's going through a growth spurt because I've got a much larger bump going on. Yeah, it's getting big. I also have been needing to wear my belly band way earlier than I typically do, and it's because I've been going on these like 2-mile walks every day that my chiropractor told me I had to do for my back, which has actually worked. I'm no longer having any pain. There's like a little bit of stiffness still. And then we got a new like cervical spine pillow for me. Everything's so much better, and I'm so grateful because I don't feel like I'm constantly in pain and, you know, debilitated by that pain. The walking's working, the pillow's working, all the exercising is working. Things are just a lot better after 2 weeks of being in a lot of pain. The anxiety has not been the greatest. Still no word from a referral. In the meantime, however, I did order a bunch of self-help books that I've been eyeing for the better part of a year. If y'all watched our last vlog, then you would know that Kameron and I really want to add weekly reading because we both definitely need the self-help for a variety of different reasons. But some of you were asking what books that I would recommend. I have not read these yet, but there are 2 in particular that I've been dying to buy. I follow this therapist on Instagram. Her name is Nedra Glover Tawwab, and she is like everything that she posts it just resonates with me so much. And I often find myself sending the posts to Kameron. She posts a lot about like setting boundaries, like if you've ever been a doormat or a people pleaser. She just has such wonderful insight for that kind of thing. These are her 2 books that I have been dying to buy, and I cannot wait to start on these. Being a doormat and people pleasing and that kind of stuff, and having a lack of boundaries, that tends to be taught. If you're in your 3rd decade of life, it's something that really you have to really work hard on, like almost rewiring your brain to change that. These next 2 I don't know too much about, but they had a lot of really great reviews online, and I just really thought this is something we needed to start on like ASAP. So I do think these are the ones that we're gonna start on first. I will let you know. I'm really excited to read these though. All 4 of these books are just really gonna help us to create like healthy boundaries and less stressful life in general. Now, the last book that I'm gonna show you is one that I have read. I think I'll be reading it my 7th time. And I first purchased this book at the mention from my therapist in my early 20s. It's incredible. Every time I read it, I find something new that I need to hear. This book truly saved my life. In my early 20s, I suffered a lot from just emotional instability, and you know, it was just like, it was crazy in here. This book, it really teaches you how to be mindful, so when your mind starts spiraling and going to places, and you know, you have like a maladaptive coping mechanism of like becoming dissociated, and then you don't feel like you're in your body anymore, and it just, you know, spirals into other really terrible negative things. This book taught me how to stop myself from spiraling. And I would say by the time I was 27 years old, I really felt like this book completely like helped me rewire my brain, because I mean, it even tells you in here how maladaptive coping mechanisms are created in your brain. And it, like, that's what I love about it. It tells you like the science behind it, like everything, how it's formed in your brain. I know I'm not like the most eloquent right now, but Oh, it gets me so excited. I love this book so much. And I have been finding myself feeling like, you know what, I really need to read this book again, because with this pregnancy, I have been finding myself, especially with how this baby moves, like she moves so differently than Kaia or Kameron. Like she does more of like a rolling thing than like actual kicks and stuff. I think I got so used to Kaia choosing violence every day in there that I just assumed like, oh, every baby, you know, feels like this in utero. But that's not the case with this baby. So I'm definitely not feeling her the same way that I have felt my previous pregnancies, and it's been giving me a lot of anxiety. And I did touch on this a couple vlogs back, where I've been having panic attacks because of that PTSD of losing our daughter. I do find myself kind of entering that dissociative state where I don't feel like I'm in my body, and I really don't want to be in that place anymore. You know, I don't want to keep going there, because that's a maladaptive way of coping with stress and trauma. So I ordered this book again, because every single time I've ordered it, I have given it to someone that I love, and they have loved it as much as I have. I'm so excited to start reading this again and to, you know, find relief from my anxiety. If you've never been diagnosed with borderline personality disorder or any kind of post-traumatic or, you know, CPTSD type thing, don't shy away from this. I think that anybody that has a tendency to overthink or to sort of, you know, spiral in their thoughts could really benefit from the lessons in this book. Like it teaches you dialectical behavior therapy in your everyday life. Like you can practice it while you're doing the dishes. Like it's such a great book. I can't recommend it more. Wow, I feel like I just rambled forever about books. Anyway, that's enough break time. I have a lot to do. And yes, all of our Christmas decor is still up. I have not gotten around to that, but I was keeping it up for a good reason. I kind of feel bad because this happened last year as well, except I did order a lot sooner. It just took a long time for Kaia's ornament from last year to arrive. I did order on Christmas Eve for her ornament, but it took a little bit longer than I expected. So it came on the 2nd of January. I got it from the same Etsy shop that did this beautiful announcement ornament for us. I'll link it in the description box below. I did want to order a custom ornament for Kaia every year, and this is her 2023 ornament. Oh, I think I forgot to show the little deer ornaments that I got as well. But sadly, it's all going to be coming down this weekend. We are doing a deep clean. The landlord is coming to inspect the property. Apparently, he is ending his contract with the management company and wants to manage the property himself from here on out. And I don't know what that means. I don't know if that, you know, it's because we only asked for one repair in the 2 years that we've been here. So maybe he's like, I don't really need the management company. Or if it's, you know, maybe he's gonna sell the house or something. I really hope not. But that is what we've been working on the past few days and what we'll be working on this weekend, because we do need to do one of our quarterly declutters. I can't remember the last time we did a declutter. Definitely probably before Kieran's birthday, I want to say. I really want to get a bin to store toys in that he's not currently interested in, so we can do toy rotation. And then there's just, you know, a lot of stuff that we're not using, that we don't need, and that I don't see us using again in the future. You know, old clothes, things like that. If we get new things, we try to part with old things, because I can't I can't do clutter. But we figured this was the perfect excuse to just get it all done, because the landlord's coming, place needs to be nice and clean. And yeah, it'll just be really nice to feel like the house is clean for a day. Because trying to clean while you have a toddler is like, I don't know, it feels futile. Speaking of toddlers, this is definitely his favorite part of the day. So this is really exciting. I wasn't expecting any sort of language explosion until much later, because he is only 16 months old. One day he just woke up and was like making all of these vocalizations, like way more than usual. And ever since that day, he's been saying words. Like just words that we say to him all the time. Yeah, it's so wild to me. Like I brought him crackers and then he said cracker. I was like, yeah, that's a cracker. He doesn't do it like every time, but then I also feed him this yogurt that has a picture of a baby on it, and we always like point at it and I say baby. Sorry, I'm out of breath. But yeah, he'll point at it and try to say baby. I think of what else. Last night we were watching an episode of Bluey, and there's this episode where all the characters are saying dude in it, and he just like said dude. We're like, what? A lot of hi and when he sees food that he likes. And then today was probably the sweetest thing, because normally he like lays his head and like hugs the cats and we go ah, and then he would go like ah. But today it was so amazing. He hugged Faticus and he said, "Your kitty?" I was like, what? He like hugged him again and said, "Your kitty?" And I think it's because I always ask him, "Do you love your kitty?" And he just picks up like those last couple of words on the sentence. I mean, it has just been the funnest thing. Oh, he said carrot the other day too. There's so many things that he's starting to say. I know he's mostly just like echoing stuff he hears. I should have brought water. I'm kicking off the blanket. It has been truly just a real treat to see him blossom in that way. I mean, one of the first things that I had read about helping babies and toddlers learn how to talk was to narrate everything for them. Basically, it's totally unnatural for me to do that, but that's what I've been doing for over a year, is just narrating everything that we're doing. And I really feel like it's actually paying off. It's also just really cool to see him respond to language, even though he doesn't know how to say it yet. I kind of never understood that when I was younger, about people saying that when they have children, they see the world again, like through fresh eyes, through the eyes of their children. But I'm so getting it now, and it's been really wonderful. Oh man, here's our favorite part. Touch the bush. Oh, it's your favorite. Oh, you got one. Nice and soft, huh? Yeah, that one's kind of hard and dry, huh? Yeah, not as soft as the others, huh? Hey, buddy. Well, y'all have probably heard enough rambling from me. I have to get started on my chores. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.